the region. At one point, as many as 500, the majority.
Dude, I'm so shocked. Shocked, dude. Shocked that they did this. Wow. This is crazy. Workers allege nightmare conditions at startup JD Vance help fund.
Nightmare. It was a nightmare that should have never happened.
That nightmare happened here at this nearly empty greenhouse in eastern Kentucky. App Harvest, a failed high.
When you got a guy with the accent like that on JD Vance, you're cooked. Philly D uses a clip of your must take. We'll do that later. Wait, did this guy ever come back with anything? Bro, he was a Dem donor. Come on, dog. He was a registered Republican. He was a Dem donor. You're making it seem like this was like dumping a grand. He donated $15 to a scam fund off of a push poll one time. And then he went on to register to the Republican Party. There's a reason why Republicans dropped that conspiracy quickly. Because he was white as hell. And also because he was a registered Republican. Notice how nobody ever talks about how the shooter anymore. Everybody only talks about how Trump survived and thrived and throve. Yeah, that's because everybody was like, yeah, this was a Republican. How the hell did this happen?
High-tech startup promised local workers a future that spiraled into broken promises. Anthony Morgan bought into the company's public pitch that it was for Appalachia by Appalachians.
We was being told that, hey guys, he's from here.
Thank you. Wow.
He is J.D. Vance, the Republican nominee for vice president.
I will be a vice president who never forgets where he came from.
Leaning on his personal rise out of poverty to reach swing state voters as Donald Trump's running mate.
I chose him because he's for the worker. He's for the people that work so hard and perhaps weren't treated like they should have been.
But before politics,
even the way that he talks about that is like he's for the worker, whatever you losers want to hear.
Vance was a venture capitalist and App Harvest's first outside investor, eventually steering millions of dollars to the company. Vance was a lead pitchman for the vertical farming startup, tweeting he was a supporter and investor, writing, "I love this company."
It's a great business that's making a big difference in the world.
The company's investor presentation pledged a commitment to Appalachia, estimating thousands of new jobs to a poverty-stricken area.
A major emphasis with them was, we want to bring work to Eastern Kentucky. This is why we are here.
Morgan left a stable job to join App Harvest as a crop care specialist, pruning the greenhouse-grown vegetables. A single father with 6-year-old twins, the job rapidly turned when production fell behind under what a dozen workers described to CNN as mismanagement, including dangerous conditions. Employees filed multiple complaints to the state and federal government alleging heat exhaustion, working in extreme temperatures, and lack of water breaks, though the cases were all closed with no citations.
I think about the hottest that I experienced was around 128 degrees.
Inside.
Inside. A couple days a week, you'd have ambulance show up, and you've seen people leaving on gurneys to go to the hospital.
The cuts came next to promised worker benefits, and then foreign workers came in to fill those so-called local jobs.
The second round of folks they brought in was folks on work visas. And they didn't bring just a van full. They brought bus loads.
Documents show App Harvest hired contract workers from outside the region. At one point, as many as 500, the majority.
Dude, I'm so shocked. Shocked, dude. Shocked that they did this. Wow.
Of its workforce, not locals. But that's not the image App Harvest wanted the world to see. This is Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell visiting in 2021.
Mitch McConnell coming through. Were the migrant workers there at the time? You're laughing. I mean, I look at the video, it doesn't look like there's any.
They hid these guys. They took them out of the plant. They was gone. And then Mitch McConnell's giving a speech. about all this work that App Harvest has brought Eastern Kentuckians.
I like the idea of taking the tomato market away from the Mexicans. How about that?
So they were trying to hide the migrant workers.
Specifically, yeah.
This worker, who asked not to be identified, says the hiring of migrant workers became part of a mirage that App Harvest was helping the region. He took this video as his co-workers clapped for visiting investors.
And anytime they did that, they kept workers off the floor doing our like stationary parade while people come through. And
bro, people do that and they'll be like, oh, look at this is China, North Korea, brother. It's like, nope, turns out it's Kentucky, okay?
And yeah, it was awkward having to stand there and just be a prop.
A prop for what?
You know, look at all of these poor folks we're employing.
The worker says it's impossible to forget about his time at App Harvest as J.D. Vance ascends to national politics.
He's gotten away with a lot of money and fame for pretending to be one of us.
OHIO.
He's just another grifter, just another carpetbagger, another tourist who wants to tell us what we are.
Vance left the board in April 2021 to run for the Senate. Shortly after, shareholders filed suit claiming they were misled. By 2023, App Harvest had filed for bankruptcy a little more than 2 years after its public launch. But the workers in this failed startup say they are the real people in the Vance story.
Do you blame J.D. Vance for any of this?
I blame all of the original investors at App Harvest.
You can't have a guy with an accent like that talks about the Republican VP, bro. That's poison right there, okay? We know what JD Vance is now, but he's never going to face any prosecution for his evil, no justice. Oh my God. Won't you push a BS narrative that migrants are stealing jobs? Yeah, except here's the thing, okay? They're exploiting the Kentuckians, and then they're hyper exploiting the migrants. The reason why I always say the solution is not to further prosecute migrants and try to deport migrants from this country. The solution is to document them and also improve everyone's work conditions. Because it's not like before the migrants came in, these guys were doing great. Did you fail to hear that side of the story? They were literally the Kentuckians left and right. There was ambulances outside all the time. So then they brought in migrants because they were like, yeah, at least the Guatemalan dudes are not going to complain as much.
The original board of directors know what was coming. You would have had to have been an idiot not to have.